Honestly, I've been having a lot of fun in Dispatch. It's one of the most enjoyable games that I've played this year. And one of the key elements to this story has been this love triangle that kind of started between Robert, Invisa-Gal, and Blonde Blazer. And it leads you to ask yourself a question. Who do you want to be with and who do you want to choose? What person do you like a little bit more? And we look at Invisa-Gal. She feels like a girl who's been alone for a long time. And there's probably a lot more to her underneath this very strong and layered person that she's showing everyone else. She's very human underneath. She's a girl who wants to maybe express herself and she hasn't been able to because she's been put in bad situations throughout her whole life. So you kind of know what kind of girl that is. She's probably a very good, loyal girl as well. And then you have the fun factor. You could tell that she's fun, she's sexy, she's beautiful, she's probably a freak. She would show you a really good time. And you could probably have a good future with her because she has a good heart, even though you have to dig deep to kind of find that and get that out. So I think when Invisa-Gal lets her guard down, she becomes such a better person and is awesome, and you still get all that fun stuff that comes with her. And I think for a lot of people, that's good. I think that's the type of person maybe you want to be with, or if you fell in love with her, that sounds like a good person to be with, is my point. I'm not saying that you have one choice that's right and another choice that's wrong. Either way, it works. And I like the way that Invisa-Gal kind of played around with Robert, or some of the stuff that she said. After the beginning of episode 4, I mean, I flirted with her a little bit in some of the choices that I had, and I was liking it. I was vibing with it, and I knew that it was leading to a decision. So then you have Blonde Blazer on the other side, who, in my opinion, is a good girl, a good person. She's the classic superhero, that hero who's strong and everyone looks up to. But she's hiding something. She's more than that, right? She's scared to show herself as she really is because she wants to have a normal life. She's self-conscious. She thinks she might be scared. She thinks she might be ugly. She thinks that people are going to look down on her because she's not actually blonde, super tall, and super muscular. She's actually a brunette who's a little less muscular and a little bit shorter. And as crazy as that might seem to somebody, because they're like, well, she's still, drop dead gorgeous, but she doesn't view herself that. And that humanizes her as well. Just like Invisa-Gal gets humanized, Blonde Blazer gets humanized too. That's the beauty of it. When I was trying to decide who I wanted to be with, at the very beginning, I felt like I was all in on Blonde Blazer. From the moment I met her, the way that she was, I thought it was super cute, super dope. It felt like there was a good love story there. Again, I'm a sucker for love stories. But then when you meet Invisa-Gal and that starts kind of forming, I start asking myself, Blonde Blazer is this really powerful superhero. She wants something maybe powerful too, and I'm just a human, right? Robert's just human, but he has a superhero suit. And so as much as I felt that Blonde Blazer was the right choice, there was a fear of not being enough and then ruining Robert's life, instead of going with someone like Invisa-Gal, who, sure, she has superpowers, but her superpower is to be invisible. So she's still human. You can still connect with her on a different level. It's still not feeling like Robert is maybe inferior all the time, or maybe he won't be enough for Blonde Blazer eventually. And maybe this thing with Phenomenon Man was just a rough patch and they needed some time apart, and so you're being used as this person to be with for just a little bit because you're different. But then when you read the comic and you realize why she broke up with him, and you realize that Blonde Blazer wants to have that normal life and she's wanted that for a long time, and you see that Phenomenon Man doesn't appreciate Mandy, her real self, without the powers, you start to say, whoa, okay, so this girl is serious. This girl isn't trying to trick anybody. This girl just wants to be fucking loved, basically. And so when that happens, you get an idea of like, oh yeah, I can be with her with no issue because she can open up. She could be this human person with Robert and they can connect on a different level, not just on the superhero level. And so that kind of really closed the deal for me, because without that context, I was slipping maybe towards Invisa-Gal because I felt like they could have more in common. But it's this funny thing when you're kind of flip-flopping between two people or two girls. They both like you. You can like the both of them. It doesn't mean that you don't like Invisa-Girl or you don't like Blonde Blazer. You could probably like both, but you can't have both. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like you have to really love somebody, or you really have to want to be with one of them. And so the decision is hard because when you're with Invisa-Gal, you're feeling it, you're vibing, you're forgetting about everything and everyone else. And then when Blonde Blazer calls you and you go over there, you completely forget about Invisa-Gal because you're with Blonde Blazer. And I'm like, damn. Every time that I saw Blonde Blazer, I was just smiling like a doofus. Every time that I was with Invisa-Girl, I was kind of like vibing with her and thinking like, this could be fun. And so I think that tells you. And so because I believed in that love on first sight, because I believed in that strong connection, and if I bring it to myself, I've always kind of felt like, I guess I don't want to bring it to myself really, but you find someone that you love and you kind of just want to be with them. And so I made the choice to go with Blonde Blazer, even though Invisa-Gal would have been a good ass choice. And I felt like shit when I told her that I didn't want to go to the movies, and she kind of just said yeah, because you see how excited she was and how she wanted to be with Robert. She wanted to try it out and stuff like that. And it could have been good. It could have been a really good, fun time, but it's not what I was going for. I felt the connection was stronger with Blonde Blazer, and it felt genuine and good and healthy, and I wanted that. That's what I wanted. And so again, these women have good and bad to them. It's really a choice of who do you see yourself with, or what do you like more. And I think I see myself with Blonde Blazer because I can really enjoy a good love story. I'm a sucker for that shit. And honestly, I think that's what happened with Robert and Blazer when they end up kissing for the second time, but like in a real serious way. It's like fireworks. It was just like love. It felt right for them, and I liked that for them. So I was like, you know what, this is definitely the right choice. I'm happy with it, and I'm very, very happy that Dispatch up to this point hasn't done anything crazy where I initially, I guess, thought that maybe Blonde Blazer was playing us a little bit, or she was ungenuine for some ulterior motive. But then spending more time with her, being with her, and growing that connection and getting her backstory, you realize how she's just a really fucking good person, and I love that. Even if it's like corny or classic or whatever, I love that, and that's what I want to be with. I wanted to make this video, this conversation, because some people wanted to hear my opinions on it, and I wanted to share them. When I was with Invisa-Gal, I really liked her, and I felt this is nice. But when I was with Blonde Blazer, completely fucking different. That's who I chose. That's why I chose her. And I think comparing the two is interesting and getting different perspectives. I would love to hear your guys' choices, why you went with who. And if you think Invisa-Gal is the best choice, let me know why. I'd love to read that and see your guys' perspectives.